in this episode of The Dog Whisperer.
If I'm going to be a responsible owner, I can't let this dog put another dog at jeopardy.
Hey, Nicky really didn't want to kill another dog. Just because.
Oh, that's not good. My job is to help people to understand what dogs really need. When a dog is balanced, you're going to enjoy a true friend. My dream is to share the knowledge that I was born with the rest of the world. I love what I do.
I'm crazy about Rottweilers because they get a bad rap. They're highly intelligent and very people-oriented.
6 months ago, Kathleen Daniels and her son Donald adopted Nicky, a 3-year-old Rottweiler who had been rescued from a homeless camp.
He's the sweetest dog I've ever met. When they come from a bad life and go to a good life, they just appreciate you so much.
But that appreciation flies out the window when Nicky sees another dog.
He gets to a level of aggression that's just so bad that it's horrifying to be around him. He's a completely different animal. It's almost like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Kathleen traces Nicky's hostility back to his former life under the 4th Street Bridge on Los Angeles' Skid Row.
The couple that had had him was a very, very kind woman who had become a prostitute, and a very, very ruthless man who was a drug addict and schizophrenic. And there was Nicky tied up to a wire that was placed around his neck with no water, running a high fever. You know, if he would have been there much longer, he would have died.
After Nicky was rescued by an animal rights advocate, a veterinarian removed the wire which had grown into the dog's neck, leaving him with thick scar tissue and an almost total loss of feeling there. Meanwhile, Kathleen was grieving the death of her own Rottweiler, a gentle dog named Caesar.
And I thought, when you're sad or depressed, it's always best to reach out and help another, whether it's a human or an animal.
When Kathleen adopted Nicky, she was stunned to learn that he, too, had been known as Caesar when he lived in the homeless camp.
A light went off inside of me when I heard that. So in a spiritual way, I felt like this was all meant to be. I didn't realize just how wild he was until he got in my car. His eyes were like darting everywhere. And I thought, did I do the right thing? I knew from that day forward my son could walk him because he's strong, but I couldn't because I have osteoporosis and I couldn't really have a broken bone.
When I take Nicky for a walk, I'm always on the alert for other dogs. If I see his ears pop up or, you know, his back pop up, usually then I know that something has triggered him. No, no, Nicky, no. Nicky, stop.
I knew what I was getting when I got Nicky, but I felt that with love and proper training that, you know, you can move mountains.
Dog behaviorist Cesar Millan sensed this would be a special case, especially after hearing the story of the 2 Rottweilers who once shared his name.
First of all, I love Rottweilers. And my name is Caesar. The guys who have lived in this home, their name are Caesars. But Nicky was described to me as a red zone case, a dog who would like to kill another dog.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Daniels.
Hi, Cesar Millan.
Nice to meet you. Come on in.
Thank you, ma'am.
I would just love to be able to just take him for a walk. That's like my deep down dream. I'm hoping and praying that that's what we can do. When I got him, he was really like a wild animal because he had lived outside for a long time, hadn't been around a lot of people, been isolated. So he was, it seemed like, more in tune to the outer world, you know, nature than he was people. He'd never been in a home. He was not housebroken, which I housebroke him, and I've trained him to do a few things like sit and give me your paw and roll over and play ball. But now I've taken it as far as I can take it, and I need somebody that is really more than even a dog trainer, because eventually, not only do I want to walk him, but we would like to get another dog.
How long have you lived with him?
It'll be 6 months.
6 months, that's it.
Yes.
How long does it take for the housebroken to be accomplished?
Within a week.
So he got it very quick.
Yes. I'm thinking, too, is that he was an older dog. Maybe he was, you know, wanting to do this right. Maybe he was so happy to have a home that he wanted to please. But I want this experience.
You just want to grow
I
and
want
grow
to
and
know
grow.
that you know, in my life, I took an animal and gave him a good home and gave him a second chance and turned it around. I think that's a good legacy, you know.
Totally. I don't get to meet people like you very often.
This dog lives with a very spiritual person. So it was very touching to me, you know, to hear a woman speaking dog psychology. It was actually pushing me to go and walk with this dog who lives with this person. How come this dog is not where he's supposed to be?
Because of the severity of Nikki's aggression, especially while being walked, Kathleen has purchased what is known as a prong collar to help keep the 92-pound dog from attacking other animals.
How do you feel about the prong collar?
I'm an animal activist and I love animals, but I felt like if I'm going to be a responsible owner, I can't let this dog get free. And I tested it and it felt like it put pressure on it, but it didn't pinch it.
That's right.
So yeah, I think you have to be responsible with these dogs and not let them hurt another dog. I mean, I would be devastated inside if I thought that I put him at jeopardy or another dog at jeopardy.
Is he okay now with his neck? I mean,
Well, he's got real bad scars. The whole neck is a scar.
But is he in pain?
Oh no, it's healed.
Whatever tool works for the person works for me.
Okay.
You know.
If he was over this dog aggression, his life would expand so that he could go for a walk. I mean, a dog should walk to get all the different scents and be a dog.
Caesar wants to make sure Kathleen and Donald know how to use the collar correctly and responsibly.
The purpose of this collar, this is what they call prong collar or pinch collar, was created to mimic the bite of dogs. And as you see all these pointy things right here, it creates a huge mouth around the neck of a dog. And when you pull, they get the sensation of being bitten. But you have to learn how to pull properly, and you have to learn when to pull. Because if you use a lot of pressure or a lot of tension or a lot of strength, you can dig holes inside their neck, which becomes detrimental to their psychological being, of course, the body. Nikki, and always when they wear any kind of tool, they have to come to it. It's like coming to wear a medal. Never go to the dog and put it on, because then it becomes a negative experience. Come on, Nikki. Especially when you're meeting for the first time. So he's already lowering the head, which means he's surrendering to it, which is good. I mean, we're gonna take advantage of it without hurting him. And then, of course, a nice massage after that, especially for special guys. And you know his name was Caesar, so he's double special.
I feel like the pinch collar is a means to an end at this point in time. It's a process to get Nicky to a place where I can walk and I feel okay about it. I feel like it'll expand his world.
What we have right now is a very excited, anxious dog.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So the leash represents excitement and anxiety.
Right.
We can't open that door until the mind achieves different state of mind.
Okay.
So that's part of the exercise.
Caesar's wife, Illusion, waits outside with another dog, the first test of Nikki's aggression.
Without you knowing what's going to happen, if it's a dog in the corner, if it's somebody coming out of their driveway, you know, you have to be prepared for everything.
Right.
And if you're tense, if you're nervous, if you're anxious, any other energy besides calm, assertive, they know where you are.
Okay.
Everything counts.
Okay.
This right now is an exercise.
Okay.
Opening the door is an exercise number 2.
Okay.
You see it? Because the mind is going to get excited again. And then
Right.
stepping out of that door, the mind gets excited again. So
Right.
it's how you control the excitement.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. We have to wait. That's when I do it. See, he wasn't looking outside. He was looking this way. And then I surprised him by bringing him in.
Okay.
So I am not moving when he is looking that way. Otherwise, if I would have moved when he was doing this, and then I'm answering to what he wants to go.
So he was looking away.
Yes.
And then you.
And then
you were in control then.
That's right.
Okay.
So he has to learn to ignore dog first. Okay, honey. Right.
Nikki seems to adjust easily to the presence of the other dog, so Caesar has Kathleen rehearse some walking scenarios.
So always make sure humans stay in the middle, so it's easier to pass by.
Okay.
But Kathleen's osteoporosis has made her so fragile that she's still afraid to walk Nikki on her own.
Kathleen is a very determined person, but also she has to be very concerned about totally controlling Nikki. If he gets into a little bit of excitement, that excitement can become aggression, and that can be very harmful for Kathleen. You were assertive, but you were tense.
To evaluate Nikki further, Caesar invites Kathleen and Donald to his dog psychology center. Here, they'll observe how he interacts with over 40 rehabilitated dogs in Caesar's pack.
Now, rule number 1, never allow dog to come bring you in. You bring the dog in.
Okay.
So it's best for them to see him in a follower position than a dominant position.
Gotcha.
You see it?
Okay.
Otherwise, they feel disrespect by his presence.
Okay.
There you go. So you come in first. Very well. Good job. Next step, ignore everybody.
Okay.
He's doing really good. Until all the dogs become in the same state of mind, which is being calm, submissive, and then we can put them together.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good. Obviously.
What made him do that?
Just her. Some dogs get triggered by a specific breed.
Oh.
He's letting us know who makes them certain way.
Okay.
So the white German Shepherd make him certain way.
Right.
So I guess we got to move to step number 2, which is me bringing him into the pack, just to see how he reacts.
Right. I was kind of really hoping that he would just be himself and reveal who he is, which is dog aggressive when it comes to other dogs, so that Caesar could, you know, have a plan for him. You feel like you're in a wild animal park.
I know. I wonder what he must be thinking. We've never
right
been around this many dogs.
See how he's crunching his whole body, the way he's moving, the way he's walking. He's not doing the whole full Rottweiler look. Why? Because he's been uncomfortable pretty much his whole life. One thing that I learned from Nikki is at the moment I detached them from Donald and Kathleen, Nikki became calm submissive. Nikki was able to allow other dogs to get near him, smell him, which right away let me know that leadership information is not being delivered on a daily basis. Donald and Kathleen projects a very passive way of being with dogs. And this is who they are. Beautiful people, but not a good match. He has no experience. He has experience being behind windows, behind fences, behind doors. See, the mind knows what to do when another dog is behind the other dog. Hey! Daddy! Nikki showed me a side of him that I wasn't able to see it in his home. They were not trying to make enemy with him. They were trying to actually smell him, you know, create friendship with him, and Nikki did not know how to befriend. He can't get up until he is total submissive like him. That's fence fighting. We don't allow fence fighting. Nikki really didn't want to kill another dog, just because. They didn't do anything to him.
Now that he's witnessed Nikki's red zone close up, Caesar decides to test him further. He brings in Tioga, a white German Shepherd who first triggered his aggression.
Relax. Something about a white German Shepherd. That's a good girl, Tioga. You're so cute. No. I know he was aggressive. I knew that he bit other dogs, but I needed to see it with my eyes. And this is why I suggest for them to leave Nikki for 14 days. It could be that a white dog attack him, and from that point on, he's going to be in a defense mode.
Right.
But really, that's not what it counts right now.
Okay.
What it counts right now is he wants to destroy the white dog.
Right.
When the white dog is not doing anything to him.
I know.
Look at her. He's not even reading the body language of the dog. He's just assuming.
How do we get Nikki to be with other dogs like this?
I do going to stand my invitation for Nikki to come and join us. Minimum 2 weeks. It's
Okay.
up to you if you can live without him for 2 weeks so he can at least achieve detox, what I call detox, which is a dog who gets rid of aggression.
Yes. Oh,
You
it's
know,
a prayer.
and this way he gets to experience 24/7 the feeling that it is by living with a pack of stable dogs.
And then he won't be afraid of dogs anymore?
Yeah.
I'm so excited for him. I think this is a great opportunity. I know I'm going to have like mixed emotions. I'm going to feel happy that he's here for him, but I'm going to feel sad for our house because our house will be very quiet. We don't know where this is going to go. We're kind of on a journey right now, but there is hope.
Nikki's 14-day detox begins with a heavy dose of exercise. While walking him through the neighborhood, Caesar takes note of his reactions to other dogs who aren't as calm as the dogs in his pack.
Nikki is a party guy who loves to have fun, but he can also be a hitman. If the hitman overpowers his mind, it's over. There's nobody in the party anymore. So we needed to remove the hitman and just allow the party guy to live with a Nikki.
Those are your neighbors.
The mind is accustomed to practice aggression. So now you're telling the mind, you don't have to worry about it, forget about it. What happened is the mind realized that we are going to be consistent with exercise, discipline, affection.
Nikki responds well to his strict new routine.
The Rottweiler is a very dominant breed. It's a territorial breed. It's a breed that loves to work, that loves to carry things. This is the guys who always remind me where I came from, the Rottweilers. The pack that I began to work with and the pack that I am in love with. And you know, one thing about the Rottweiler, you don't have to worry about leaving home, if you know what I mean. I can leave my kids, my wife, and these guys will make sure my kids and my wife are intact. All right, and I love you all.
There's one obstacle to Nikki's rehabilitation. At 92 pounds, he's overweight and can't keep up with the pack during group walks. Fortunately, Caesar's Dog Psychology Center doubles as a health spa, as Caesar makes creative use of a treadmill and another white German Shepherd named Lobo.
So now we're gonna leave Nikki on the treadmill. As you see, he can do it by himself now, and then I start my exercise. So we are like buddies. Because he's overweight, we're gonna tire him up and then bring him around environments or situations that it triggers aggression. So it's easier for us to snap him out of it or correct him from it without using a lot of physical force. That white German Shepherd is here for a reason. When he came, he hated white German Shepherds. So now he has to learn to exercise next to white German Shepherds. This is the mental treatment now. But that energy has to go somewhere. That's why exercise plays the biggest role for stability, really, just releasing that physical energy. Uh-oh. There you go. He put himself right back on it. Very good. Good job, Nikki. Good boy. So everybody was in a calm, submissive state. Nikki was tired, everybody was tired, and then I put them together. They get to practice social skills, they get to run, Nikki gets to see dogs barking, playing with each other, and I get to study Nikki if it's any of that reaction can trigger him to go and attack. There you go, now he's tired. And that's another social skill, you know, laying down around other dogs. It's like us sitting down on a bench and just enjoying the park, enjoying the beach. So that's what he's doing. Ha ha ha, it's like a parade. So now we have to make sure Nikki learned to walk with white German Shepherds. So he learned to like them and to have a different experience with them. As long as you have one balanced dog and one unstable one, it's best not to run away from the problem, to face the problem. Hey, no, stay, hey, stay, stay. Unfortunately, that's the only way we're really gonna make sure things are gonna happen the way it's supposed to happen. Accidents are going to happen. No, as you see, his ear is totally fine. See, there's no blood coming out of my hand. Now we're making Lobo being on top of him, because that is the discipline ritual. No more targeting Lobo. If he never bites a dog, we can never stop him from doing it. So unfortunately, that's going to happen. That's why we have to have good experience. And that's why we, the human being, have to make sure we're calm, assertive, no matter what. The truth, it was only seconds, right? But he gave us more than 30 minutes without attacking anybody.
Over the next 9 days, calories burn away, and so does Nikki's aggression.
Nicky not just became okay with other dogs, he actually made best friends. When before, he never had a friend.
After 2 weeks of intensive detox, it's time for Nikki to go home.
Oh, it's been real lonely in the house. I'm used to coming home from work and see him in the window, getting all excited, and now he's not been here for the past couple weeks. The house has been like a wasteland.
On the other hand, I would look at my own abilities as his pack leader and what it was I had to work on. So it's been a journey for me, too.
He brought some friends home without your authorization.
Wow.
I was blown away. That was the biggest surprise. He had all these dogs with him, but they were in his environment, and he was, you know, allowing them to be here. I'm witnessing a miracle. I just can't believe it.
Oh, my God.
That's his favorite friend over there.
If this had been just a couple weeks back, it would have been like a war zone.
Don't pet them, just enjoy it. They're greeting you, being in the top of you, they're dominating you, and if you go into the motion of giving affection, and then you're allowing him to dominate you again. By us not giving affection but enjoying the view, is how you become the dominant one. Look at his friends, they're just all over the house, and once he comes down like the rest of the pack, and then you share your love.
I can't believe how much you changed him. He's like it's like bringing a different dog back to us.
In 14 days.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of animals. They move on.
For a case as serious as Nikki's, the Daniels will need to work with him daily to continue his rehabilitation, and Caesar will make frequent follow-up visits.
There's a lot of work to do. We're not going to finish with the rehabilitation with 14 days, but that's just for them to see that this social way of being with Nikki is possible. Nikki let go of the past, and now Nikki is living in the present.
Oh, I just feel so great.
Yeah, but you're tense.
Okay. Actually, you know, I'm kind of numb. I mean, I was able to see firsthand today the physical evidence that it worked.
Because everyone that I talked to when I first took him said it's impossible. You're crazy to take this dog. It's hopeless. Dog trainers have said it's hopeless. The people that rescued him said it was hopeless. Don't ever let him near another dog.
By going through this type of experience, I can encourage a lot of people in the community to take these animals. We don't have to euthanize them. You know, we can take them as our pets.
Relax, enjoy. Your pace a little better.
Okay.
Just get into a mission.
Yeah, that was my first time really seeing my mom walk Nikki. You know, I've always had to hold the leash when we go together because he's used to be dragging us along, and, you know, we would go where he wanted us to go, and, you know, now he's going to go where we want him to go.
That's right. That's the picture. That's the picture. That to me is magic.
I can almost feel him relaxing.
As Nikki and his owners become reacquainted, Caesar has one more surprise for them.
Hold on, Donald. I can't help myself. That was his worst enemy at the center.
I was a little bit nervous because last time I'd seen Nikki with the white German Shepherd, you know, they were, you know, going at it. It's amazing the difference now.
This is it. This is your friend. So there's a boys' night out.
Right.
You know, the Rottweiler and the German Shepherd.
It was like an epiphany, you know, just to see that he was able to change so dramatically in 2 weeks.
Now the queen is in the middle.
Yes. Right.
You are surrounded by gladiators.
I know.
Kathleen is a very special person to the world. When I saw her walking, I felt that I accomplished what she prayed for. So, mission accomplished.